welcome back. So I have been a Quip toothbrush user for years. I've tried out a lot of different products they've come out with, and most recently I tried out their new smart battery and their new Quip toothbrush app that basically monitors your toothbrushing habits. And I'm going to share my impressions of this with you, if I think it's actually worth upgrading your toothbrush to get access to this app. So if you want to hear that, then just keep watching. Now, first of all, I just want to say I do have a Quip affiliate link, which will give you some money off if you do sign up with Quip. However, as always, I'm going to be talking about the good as well as the bad in this review, just putting that out there. Anyway, let's talk about what it is that I'm even talking about. So basically Quip toothbrush, for years, they've had this standard version of their toothbrush that is just a very simple electric toothbrush that's battery powered. And recently they upgraded their toothbrush and came out with a kind of higher end version of their toothbrush that includes this smart motor, which basically means it's a Bluetooth enabled motor that you can link up to an iPhone app, which will track your toothbrushing habits, and you can earn some rewards by, achieving certain frequencies of toothbrushing and stuff like that. Basically, there's two different ways to get access to this smart motor. You can either, when you're first initially signing up for Quip, just go ahead and upgrade to the smart version of the toothbrush, or if you already have a Quip toothbrush, you can actually buy a standalone motor, which is what I did. So yeah, those are the two ways that you can access the smart motor toothbrush. The cost difference is about $20. For their normal kits without the smart motor, it is $30 for the plastic toothbrush or $50 to $5 for metal. And the smart version of the brush is $50 for the plastic and $75 for the metal. So about $20 more for either the plastic or the metal. Or as I said, you can buy a standalone motor, which is $25. However, unfortunately, you do have to pay for shipping with that option. So it probably will end up being $35 if you just want to get that standalone motor, which is what I did. However, just keep in mind the ongoing cost is actually the same. Just think about that. So first, let me talk about my experience getting the replacement motor. I will say that replacing the motor was extremely easy. It's just the same process as normally you would go through for refilling your battery every 3 months. However, instead of just replacing the battery, you also replace the motor. And basically you can just tell the two motors from each other because one has a little Bluetooth icon on the top and the other one doesn't. However, I will say, so my experience changing the motor was quite easy. However, my experience actually hooking up the app to my toothbrush was really, really annoying. It was not a good experience upgrading the app. Basically, I don't think this app has been optimized for older iPhone version. So I have an iPhone 7, which is not even that old, but I had so many problems getting this hooked up. So basically the top and bottom of the screen were truncated on my phone. I think that somewhere along the line, the app creation engineers did not properly optimize this for older versions. So luckily I actually do have another iPhone with a larger screen that I was able to connect to. So I did that instead, but hopefully they resolve those issues soon and it's not an ongoing thing, because yeah, I was disappointed to have issues just hooking up the app. However, once I got into the app, there was a whole lot of things to explore. So basically the app has a few different core components. First of all, it measures how often you brush. It also will measure each brush to tell you your average length of brushing. You can also hook it up to Apple Health if you track your health statistics there. Also, I thought was pretty cool that it will track the coverage of your top and bottom teeth. It will track the strokes per minute as well as the acceleration. And I did a few tests just to see how accurate this was, and overall I would say it seemed pretty accurate. I did a few tests where I measured the amount of time I spent on the top of my teeth as well as the amount of times I spent on the bottom, and it was accurate with what it was picking up on the app. In terms of the strokes per minute and the acceleration, I'm not really sure how to even test this, and to be honest, it didn't give a recommendation if what I was doing was too much or too little. So I feel like that could be improved. It's just giving some recommendations of what would be good for these numbers, but overall it seems to be pretty accurate. The only thing to keep in mind with the accuracy is your phone does have to be within 10 feet of the brush in order to fully pick up the signal and get an accurate reading of what you're doing. So I guess if you're not someone who takes your phone into your bathroom with you, then you may need to start doing that in order to get everything to sync properly. Basically how it works from there is you get certain rewards for like good brushing behavior. So there's a few different ways to earn reward points. Basically your first brush of the day, you get 1 point. Your second brush, you get 2 points. And then you also get points for having a week-long streak. And in order for the brushing instances to count, they do need to be a full 2 minutes, which is not that hard to measure considering that Quip toothbrush automatically runs for 2 minutes. So as long as you're running for the whole time that it's going for, then you will reach that green dot. And then if you fail to measure for the full 2 minutes, then you get a red dot, which is just so sad. I have to say, a lot of times prior to having this brush, I would turn off the toothbrush before I reach the full 2 minutes. But now knowing that I'm going to get that dreaded red dot if I don't reach the full 2 minutes, I have to say that is motivation for me. I think if you're someone who really likes that type of motivation and you think that will be motivating to you to have all of your statistics of toothbrushing measured and to get the red dot or the green dot and get the points for completing that every day and having the streaks, I think the motivation is really good on this. I think this also could be good if you have like kids in your house and you're trying to like monitor their toothbrushing habits, then I think this is actually pretty good for that also. So yeah, I think that aspect of it is pretty cool. However, I would say, I think if you are someone who is getting this for the rewards component of the app, I think that you're going to be disappointed. So I did some calculations on how much these reward points are actually worth, and basically how the rewards work as I said, you earn points for consistently brushing your teeth for 2 minutes twice a day. You earn points for that, and you can cash in these reward points for a few different things. There's some like cash equivalent reward points that you can get with either refills on your Quip toothbrush, or you can actually get Target gift cards. However, basically if you do every single thing right, you're only going to be getting about $1 a month. Basically they have like these $5 credits that you could put towards your Quip refills. You would basically be able to get one of these about every other refill. So you could get every other refill for free, basically, if you did every single thing right and brush your teeth exactly how the Quip app wants you to, then you could get about $1 a month. So for example, if you did it over the course of a year, every single thing right, you did not miss any days, you would get a little over 1,300 points. You get about 1,355 points. So with that, you would basically be able to get, over the course of a year, you'd be able to get like $10 in cash value. And then maybe you could enter like a few times into this sweepstakes they have. For example, just think about that. The only other thing to mention in terms of negatives is the app is only available on iOS right now, and Android supposedly is coming out in the fall, but who knows with these things. That is another negative, that it is only available on iOS right now. And as I said, I think it really is more optimized for the newer iPhones. The older iPhones, I think you may run into some bugs, which I did. Hopefully they fix that soon, but yeah. Just sharing my experience. So here are my thoughts. I think if you think $20 is worth it to you to have a little kick in the pants to brush your teeth more often, I think it is worth it. I think it's pretty cool to see all your stats. I think it's fun. I think for me, if I was trying Quip for the first time, I would upgrade to the smart version of the toothbrush. I think it is better. However, I would say it's probably not worth it if you already have a Quip toothbrush to buy the smart motor, because as I said, with shipping, it's probably gonna be about $35, and I don't think it's worth it for $35. Maybe for $20, but I feel like $35 is kind of pushing it. Now, as I mentioned before, I do have that Quip affiliate link down in the description that does give you a discount. It also gives me some credit as well. So I'm super grateful when you use those links. I would love for you to use that if you do find this video helpful. And yeah, that's it. Let me know if you would buy this toothbrush or you think you're gonna pass. And until next time, guys, bye.